What do the Panthers do well as an organization? This is one of the worst ran organizations in the NFL. How do you trade all that to get Bryce Young? 18 games in, he's benched. His confidence is already diminished. These first 2 weeks, it's looked bad. I know it's looked bad. But you bench him? The coach that you brought in to get things going with Bryce Young to, resurrect him, to have a good year 2, to fix what happened last year. You put talent out there. Deontay Johnson, Xavier Legette. Thielen isn't your only receiver now. The offensive line is supposed to be better. Dave Canales is, the quarterback whisperer. He's supposed to do all these things. But he benches Bryce Young after week 2? Come on. What are we doing? The organization, the Panthers, last couple seasons, you traded away C.J. McCaffrey. You traded away Brian Burns. You traded away DJ Moore in one of the worst trades of NFL history of all time to get your guy, Bryce Young. You would think they would do everything in their power to make sure this shit worked before they moved on from him. They want to see it all. 18 games isn't enough for me. And as this new coach, Dave Canales, first season, last year he had to deal with Frank Reich, 2 different offensive coordinators, all the stability. The stability wasn't there. And that's what you need for a young quarterback. And Bryce Young, he's really been set up for failure from the beginning. And it's just sad to see things, it's sad to see the Panthers move on from him so soon. And I think personally, you go to Dalton, what comes from that long term? Dalton maybe wins you one or 2 more games, but what does Dalton do for you the next couple years? Nothing. Bryce Young, it's just been a sad start for his career. I think, he's been really set up for failure from the beginning. And I know it's easy to say he's cooked and all this stuff about him, but really situation matters. And just not having that confidence, it could really continue to be a snowball effect. And we're seeing it those first 2 weeks. And Dave Canales was hired to fix Bryce Young. He was hired to have Bryce Young have a great year. And after 2 weeks, he's given up. Dalton, I don't know what this Panthers team is going to look like with Dalton, but if I was the coach, if I was the GM for the Panthers, I'm letting the season play out. I'm giving Bryce Young a full 17-game season to show me that he's our guy for the future. And I think change of scenery is what's best for Bryce Young now. I think you put him somewhere else. I mean, you look at Malik Willis with the Packers. They won a game with him. Tennessee, they benched him in the preseason. So situation definitely matters. You put him out there with maybe a lot of teams. I mean, maybe with the Rams, Sean McVay could do something with him. Other organizations that have a competent coach, a competent culture, weapons around him, just an organization that's going to put all their support into him. And Bryce Young really wasn't given that. And it's just crazy to me that he wasn't given all they gave up to get him. So Panthers, this is a laughingstock organization. And if they draft a quarterback in the draft, because they're going to get the first overall pick. They're going to get the first overall pick for the 3rd straight year. They draft another quarterback, man, with Canales as their coach. I think how it's playing out right now, how things are looking, they're probably going to take a quarterback with their 3rd straight number 1 overall pick. But for that to happen, for them to get to that point, for them to take a quarterback and them to succeed, you have to do a full reset. Everybody in the organization has to be gone. That's the only way it would work, because I look at the Bears and I look at how I felt as a Bears fan the last couple years. Organization was poorly ran. Nobody's doing it as bad as the Panthers right now. It's clear to see that this is not how you do it. This is not how you have success. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.